Hi everyone, happy Saturday morning. I have a couple parties going on right now and had a request to show how some of the choppers and salad gadgets work. And so I thought I would post this video to my group and that way I can share it since I've had those requests. Also, I had an open house yesterday which turned out fabulous. Thank you to everyone who came. It was great to meet people locally. As most of you know, I'm just recently moved here, so I really enjoyed myself. I left some of these gadgets out so people could play with them, and they really enjoyed it. So if you don't already have them and you're looking at them, probably the next best thing is me playing with them for you. So the first one I want to show you is the little chopper. Actually, I have my little list of products. Let me grab it. Here we go. It's actually called the food chopper. If you remember the corny slap chop videos from several years ago, it's a little bit like that. Basically, this is like our favorite household gadget. It chops things fine enough to even like do a salsa inside of there if you want, although it would be a little more work intensive than maybe the manual food processor. So I've prepared some of my veggies here just by cutting off the ends. I haven't really done anything else. This onion's just left over from yesterday. I'm just going to cut it in fourths, like to have some manageable slices here, and throw a couple in here to show you how easy this is. Basically, just pound it a couple times and you get well-chopped onions. Now, you can keep going. You can make it as fine as you want. I'm sure Eric might watch this at some point, but he chops the heck out of his onions, like he pulverizes them. I personally kind of like chunky onions, but this is great if you kind of want to hide your onions in your salads. Let's get these onions out of the way. The chopper works on all kinds of things. I've even used it on items as coarse as or as hard as carrots and tomatoes. But onions is the go-to. This is the go-to tool for onions in our house. So that is the food chopper. It's item 2585 and it's $34. Why do I feel like I'm doing an infomercial? Anyway, when I don't say the product names, everyone ends up asking anyway. So I'll also put it in the post. The next item, and this is probably my all-time favorite. It's called the Simple Slicer. It's what you would generally know as a mandolin. Did I say that right? Mandolin? Anyway, it has three parts to it. The blade is adjustable. It has three settings of thickness, 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and 3/16 of an inch. And it has a lock setting, which is my favorite part, so that you cannot cut your finger on the blade, which if you know me at all, you know that's a huge issue, so the lock is good. The other parts are this piece to hold the food and this piece to secure it to the mandolin. So I'm just going to show you with a sweet potato, because this is something people are usually concerned about just as hard as it is to possibly cut them. So they always ask me if this would work well on something like a sweet potato. And you can see how easily this goes. And this is on the number 2 setting. Pretty thin slice. A little thicker than I would want like for a potato chip or something. But it even goes even thinner than that if you want to do the number 1 setting. Almost very, very, very thin. So this is the Simple Slicer. I love it. I think it's important to note that the food doesn't have to be hearty for it to work. See how you get the food off? You just pop it straight at you. It doesn't have to be super hearty for the food to work. The blade is sharp enough that it even works on a tomato. And my favorite part about this is that the food holder, or whatever the technical term is for this, works really well, so your food doesn't slip around and mess up while you're trying to slice it. So even on a tomato, I'm going to do thicker slices because I'm food prepping for this week. Even on a tomato, it works perfectly. Love, love my Simple Slicer. Someone also had asked me what you would use it for a lemon. If you like thinner slices of lemons, like to go with your tea, not a problem. Done. It's an entire lemon in a matter of seconds at the thicker setting, so it's fantastic. Here we go. Sorry, I need a towel. All right, so the third tool, I guess I would be remiss to not mention that I'm going to put my veggies in my awesome salad make and take jar, which has a little snack cup to go with it, a large jar for the salad, and the lid that can hold dressing. This thing is awesome. I do it usually in mason jars, and I bought this, and a game changer. You can have everything in one place, like some nuts or protein or even little crackers, and then your salad in here. It's awesome. By the way, the lunch pack that holds this and a little lunch box and a fork and a spoon is item 1467, and it's $44.50. Just this individually is 16 bucks, item 1469. Oh, I didn't mention, I forgot to tell you the item and everything on the Simple Slicer. It is item 1099, and it's $32. All right, the last item I was going to show you is the Veggie Stripper. Veggie strips. Anyway, it's all plastic. These little suckers are sharp, but it's obviously way safer if you want kids to be helping you in the kitchen than, say, the Simple Slicer. And it basically juliennes your veggies. So depending on the size of the veggie you're going to use, the strips will be a different size. I would say you still need to be careful with your fingers. I have a couple of nicks, but it's nothing like the nicks I've gotten on a lesser brand mandolin or slicer when I cut myself. So this actually has some rubber grippies here, so it fits well on the ground, or it holds if you're pushing against it at an angle. But it also fits over a bowl perfectly if you're just doing a lot. I made an Asian salad yesterday, and it was a huge platter of tons of vegetables. I stripped about 14 carrots, I think, and I just stuck it over the bowl and just kept going. So just going to show you back and forth cuts both ways, so you get maximum cutting. When it gets a little thin, I just kind of turn it because, again, I'm pretty accident prone, so this is important stuff here. And you see the strips of carrots. I also used it for peppers, which I thought was perfect. By the way, I hate peppers, and usually if I'm going to use them, I put them way off to the side where they don't touch anything I'm going to use. So unfortunately, this batch will have to be thrown away. Or I'll just take it to Nikki because she'll eat it. All right. Cute little strips of peppers. These little guys are kind of angled from each other, so it gets as many strips as you need off of there. Or I should say it maximizes the strips when you're using them. Because I love color, I'll also do this little purple carrot. So there you go. So you've got all of your veggie strips there. And again, they're as long as the piece of veggie that you decide to use on it. So this guy, Veggie Strip, is number 1145, and it's only $14.50. So these are some of the tools I just use to make my life easier in the kitchen when I'm doing salads, food prepping, trying to be healthy as much as possible, and I thought I'd share them with you. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will post the items and the prices and everything later since I get asked anyway. All right, have a great day.